Hello, this is the motions walkthrough for FloridaDocs.net. My name is Jeff Rapkin. On the website, I have created a quick guide for you for filing a motion. All you have to do is download it and take a look. Everything you need is here. I've tried to be as succinct as possible, and what you do is as you go through the steps, you can check these boxes here. When you get everything done, there's places for you to take notes, to write information. There's a line here for you to write the information for court administration. And as you know, on the circuit pages is everything you need for your particular judicial circuit, information and notes. So let's go ahead and take a look. What is a motion? A motion is where you're asking a court to make an order while a case is pending. You file a case, certain things can happen. In family court, it's very unique because the court is dealing with things that have to do with your life, such as paying a car payment, paying car insurance or life insurance, cable bill, electric bill, food. There's just so many different factors. And you may find yourself in a position where you need help from your opposition who is less than willing to help you. So what do? Well, you have to file a motion in family court. You're moving the court, asking the court to render an order while the case is pending. It's temporary in nature. And what will happen is that the court will order the other side to do something or to not do something to help you. Most motions are typically filed after a case is filed, but before it's finished. In family court, the most typical one is a motion for relief. What you're doing really is you're saying, hey, I've got a few issues I need taken care of. I need help with the child. I need help with daycare, whatever it is. You can ask the court for help. And when you ask for a motion for relief, you can ask for a bunch of different things. I wouldn't ask for too much. Just ask for things that are really, really important to you. And, the motion for relief will allow you to ask for several different things at once. You can also ask the court to order your opponent, your opposition, to not do something. Let's say you go to work, and when you leave work, your ex who's moved out has taken your car is gone. You can ask the court to order him to leave you alone. Anything you need that's within reason. Relief is temporary. It's pending, meaning while the case is going on, before the case is concluded. And the rules specifically are is you can ask for anything that's legal, anything that's reasonable. You can ask for the court to order that, like I just said, to have the other side not take your car from you, or to allow you to use the car if there's only one car, for money, for support, for anything from bills to daycare expenses, and for time sharing. If your ex is not allowing you to see your children, you can ask the court to order that that you're allowed to see your children. Anything and everything that you need. You can ask for anything that is fair, reasonable, and necessary. Don't ask for things that are petty or things that you can get a hold of by yourself. For example, if you file a motion to ask the court to compel the opposition to give you bank records that you're on the bank account, the judge will get mad at you and say, why didn't you go to the bank and get your bank records? So don't waste the court's time. All right? Be sure that if you file a motion and schedule a hearing, it's for something that's important, having to do with the kids or money or the house, whatever is most important to you. Nothing petty. Okay? I have a form app, which we're going to talk about in just a minute, that you'll use to draft your motion. You can make your motion specific. You can make it a motion to compel temporary payment of child support, or motion to compel my ex to pay daycare expenses. You can make it general and ask for different things. In your motion for relief, you ask for things that are specific. If you've looked at the basics, the basic essentials, which is a video I put out with this handout that explains the parts of a pleading, which is a legal document. You've already seen this before. If you haven't, shame on you. You should really look at it. It only takes a minute, but we can go through this. My form app has all of this almost done for you. But just so you know, this top part's called the caption. Okay, you have the petitioner and the respondent. The circuit has to be put in, and the county, and the case number. Okay, once the parties are set, whoever the petitioner and respondent is, that's who it is forever. And again, this thing is on the website. You can just download it and look at it. Okay, this middle part's called the body. This is called the heading, which tells the court what your motion is about. Taking a closer look at the caption, these names never change. Once a case is filed, and it doesn't matter who the petitioner or the respondent is, you get no advantage to that. It just doesn't matter. It tells the clerk where to file things. For example, if you filed a case and these were switched, the clerk might look for a different case number, and not know where to put everything. These names never change. Even if you're the respondent, even if you're Jane filing a motion, you don't change it to Jane being the petitioner. They're always the same. Okay? All right, and in this first line, you put the motion for continuance. Be as specific as you can. It tells the court what you're asking for. If you can make a motion that's 1 page, the court will probably read it. If you make a motion that's 100 pages, the judge is never going to read that. They don't have the time for that. Be as succinct, as short, as clear as you possibly can. Okay? At the end of each motion, remember the rule of threes. You have to copy it at least twice. You give the original to the clerk. A copy gets sent to the other side. That's what this certificate of service is about. Again, in the anatomy of a pleading, the basic essentials page, I explain all this. I do a short video which explains all this. But the rule of threes is one for you, one for them, and the original to the clerk. You've got 3. I always tell people do an extra one if you can, but the bare essentials is to have 3. Okay, and this is all self-explanatory. Let's go ahead and look at one together. So here we have what I'm calling the unspecified or basic form app. So you would just fill this out. So let's put 20th Circuit. I'm familiar with Charlotte County. Okay, for the petitioner, let's say it's John, and you always have to have it in caps. Okay. And this would work whether you're doing a paternity case, whether you're doing a divorce case, whatever it is. Make sure you put the case number in. I'll make one up at random. Okay, motion. So here's where you title your motion. What do you need? What are you asking the court to do for you? Okay, what exactly is it that is causing you to go to court and say, hey, I need some help? Well, let's say you need child support. Let's say you also need time sharing. Let's say you need car insurance. Let's make it simple. Let's call it a motion for relief pending disposition of the case. Okay, or you could just title it motion for relief. And if you did that, it'll look like this. That's okay. Here, let me delete this. If you just did motion for relief, yeah, it's going to look a little funny because it's all the way out here. But that's fine too. Okay, motion for relief, but I would just put motion for relief pending outcome of the case. That means it's not a final judgment on something. The judge hasn't ruled for the end of time. It is what it is. Okay, now comes pro se party. Let's say you're Jane. John sued you for divorce. Okay, and you're Jane and you need money for different things. So you say, now comes Jane Jones. You're pro se, meaning you represent yourself. Let's say that, and you'll notice how these form fields are auto-populated. So if you're the one filing it, you notice how I type that in. If you're John, see how it auto-populates? And even you can change it even down here. Let's say you misspelled your own name, or you put something different. They'll all change. Okay, this is to make your life easier. But let's say a petition for dissolution. You always put down a petition for whatever it is. to let the court know when something started. Okay, so let's say the petition in the above caption matter, meaning in this case, was filed January, I don't know, 1st, 2019. I'm just making some up. Oh, so let's just do it this way. See, I've got that over there. That looks better. 2019. Okay, done. All right. So petition was filed then. Petition for paternity, doesn't matter. Petition for dissolution of marriage, it doesn't matter. Petition was filed. The problem issue which has compelled the filing of this motion is, well, if you're Jane, let's say, um, is uh, I, Jane, um, need help making the car payment and other bills, and John is refusing to help. That's all you need to do. Don't do more than that. Okay? Just be very clear, very succinct. This is not rocket science. Okay? So James Jones, that's you, is asking the court to order the following relief. What do you need? That John is made to help me, Jane Jones, or just me, to make the car payment. And to make the car payment, you do need to be specific. So car payment, daycare, and mortgage. Okay? Real simple. All right, that's all you have to do. And I haven't given you a lot of space to say a lot here, and there's a reason for that. People in family court, they want to tell the judge everything. You're going to want to tell the judge this, that, and the other thing, and how John's being a jerk or Jane's being a monster, whatever it is. Do not do that. The judge hears that all day. Tell the judge, remember this, tell the judge what you want, why it, why you're entitled to it. That's it. Okay? What you want, why you want it, and what you're entitled to, why you're entitled to it. Okay? Because, well, you're entitled to this relief because the car will be repossessed, and I need it to transport our children. I cannot put a period here. Let's put a period here. I cannot afford to make all the marriage, household payments myself. John, I have asked John to help, and he has refused. Don't say John told me to stick it or whatever. Just say John has refused. Okay? Then this is the wherefore clause. If you looked at my basic essentials, you've seen how that's explained. Okay? Now your signature goes here, so Jane will sign right here. Okay, on this line where her name is. Certificate of service. Now, if you've looked at the basic essentials, you understand you have to send a copy to John. So I hereby swear and affirm that a copy of this was hand-delivered, faxed, emailed, or mailed to John Jones. Okay, and you put his address. That's all you got to do. On which day? When did you send this? Well, if you typed it out today, you put today's date. Let's say today's the 12th day of, I don't know, August, whatever, 2019. Okay? Now at the bottom here, you're going to type in your address. Okay? I'm making these up, top of my head. Okay, telephone. Put your telephone number in there. And your email. Okay. Is there more than this? No, there isn't more. But let's say you need more room. Okay, on the second page of this, all right, this is for your additional information. If you needed to tell the judge something else, you could just type it in here. the mortgage company has threatened to file for closure, and the need for assistance um, is very great. Whatever it is you want to say here. All right. So you could just put it here. I would encourage you to just use this one page and say whatever you need to say right in here. Okay. If you're able to do it, judge will read this and you'll be good to go. Okay. Everything you need here, make sure you look at the quick guide. A quick guide has everything you need. And good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to email. Check out the blog. I'll get back to you as soon as I humanly can. Thank you.